But we also have an Alabama team that does live and die by the three. So of the four teams we're talking about, big dog relies on the three. I mean, the sidelines probably come into play for Alabama. So what are your thoughts on that? And also maybe a little bit of a breakdown of this game in general.
As far as the sight lines are concerned, like I think it's anecdotal. I don't. If someone has a bad shooting game, we instantly go out the sight lines. But like
Right.
my home arena here is a football stadium. Cuse plays every game in a football stadium, and plenty of people come and shoot the lights out at the dome and send Cuse pack. And so it's like I just don't put a huge stock into it. Like I know the configuration is going to be different here, but again, they'll have ample time to warm up, and I just it's not a huge like factor and part of my handicapping. That being said, I don't do a ton with totals, so maybe it impacts a totals handicapper a little bit different. As far as this game is concerned, though, Steve, this is one where I did jump in and take the 12. Like I said at the top, if I was just trusting my numbers here, Alabama, no-brainer play. I make this more like 7.5, 8.5. Like if we weren't in the tournament, if we go back 3 weeks and we're in the regular season, that's what I would have made this number. Now, I do think that you have to acknowledge UConn's dominance in this tournament this year and last year. Almost feels like the Patriots when they were at the peak of their dynasty, where people are just like, yeah, whatever, 12, they'll figure it out. It's no problem. Like it's just whatever number, doesn't matter. It gets there. But I do think that there's no question that the number that was put out, and I agree with Teddy, it probably took some sharp money to get bet from 10.5 to what it is now at 12. I just think that that's a massive premium to have to lay with UConn. And I still believe that Alabama on their best day can beat this UConn team. I truly believe that. People may disagree with me, but and also this wouldn't be the first time that we saw a dominant run like this end in the Final Four. There's historically it's happened before, and I'm not even saying it's going to end, but I do think Alabama could at least give them a scare and has an outside chance to win here. Now, for Alabama to win, they would need to play their A game, like their A plus game, right? Like UConn they have an answer for everything. That's certainly what it feels like. They feel like one of the true teams where, NC State's here because, in my opinion, people went cold against them, right? Not so much that they're hot, but they are a hot team. And there's other teams that have left this tournament or gone out because it wasn't their day. And that's because a lot of teams right now in college basketball are not true teams. There's so much going on with the transfer portal and roster changes that you just don't have many true top to bottom teams like a UConn where, they just have an answer for everything. If one thing's not working, they'll do something else. They're 315th nationally in adjusted tempo, but they can hit you on the break as good as any team in the country. Number one in adjusted offense, number 4 in adjusted defense. So they rarely waste a possession, and they don't give you easy baskets. So that's all, like, I get that. And I think that's all baked into the line. What I think Alabama needs to do to potentially win here, a couple things. One, shot volume. They need to get up the threes they just need to get threes up and get them up often. But the big thing here is they're going to have to get a little bit out of their comfort zone and probably hit the mid-range jumper because UConn can guard the 3, and we know UConn can guard the rim. But Bama actually has guys this year that can do it. Aaron Estrada has a great mid-range game. It's something that Nate Oats probably wouldn't recruit, but, Estrada's like a 4th, 5th-year player, so he couldn't change that. It actually may be their path to victory here if he can knock down the mid-range jumper. I just think Alabama needs to shoot, hit some threes, knock down some jumpers, and crash the boards. Hope they can get some of those misses because, they're not the best defensive team, but they are athletic, and they can rebound, especially on the offensive glass. So I took the 12 with Alabama. I know I'll need to hit some shots, but I think they can hang around in this game.